I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Voting. Of course it is important, and it is your right to a voice in our country and in our state, in our local communities. I can remember the first time I voted. It was 20 years ago to be exact. I remember the feeling of casting my vote for the first time, and actually every time I vote. This is a right as a female I would not have had over 100 years ago. Think about the females that fought for this right to a voice. It is so important. It is empowering, and I hope each and every one of you takes the right you have in our country to have a voice in a democracy seriously. It can be an overwhelming process to understand what each candidate is about, but please do your homework and educate yourself. In this day and age, you have a lot of access to information, some good and not so good. Please do a little homework and research these candidates so you can make an informed decision when voting. Think about what is important to you, your values, and where you see our country going in the future. It might be hard to comprehend where you will be in 30, 40, or 50 years. Things will be different, no doubt. What do you want for your children, or grandchildren, or yourself during retirement, or perhaps paternity or maternity leave when you have a child? It is hard to understand, but life goes fast, so make these decisions count. It wasn't long ago, 20 years. Those years have flown by since I first voted. Make it count. I can think of many reasons or excuses to not vote. So why take this opportunity lightly? Please get out and vote.
Good morning, Tigers. I'm Alice.
And I'm Sarah. Today is Friday, October 21st.
I can't wait until next Friday.
Why?
Well, I won't be here. There's no school on Thursday and Friday of next week, remember?
Good reminder.
It's time for club announcements.
We have Gaming Club and FBLA meetings coming up on Monday.
Mr. Plaza is hosting a gaming club meeting after school in his room.
That's Monday, and it runs until about 4:30 or 5.
If you've got questions, stop in and talk to Mr. Plaza, Mr. Hulney, or Mr. Lopenstein.
And FBLA's big October meeting is happening on Monday in Mr. Johnson's room during Focus.
You'll be talking about events for the end of this month and November.
Everyone should attend.
And if you haven't handed in your dues or your membership form, get that to Mr. Johnson ASAP.
So Gaming Club is after school and FBLA is during Focus, both on Monday.
FFA, you'll want to remember to turn in your permission slip and $20 for the 212-360 FFA conferences if you plan to go.
Plus your cheese and sausage forms are due and money.
All of that needs to be in no later than 4 p.m. on Monday.
No money, no order.
Get your permission slips and extra forms from the FFA board outside the ag room.
Guess what?
What?
Mrs. Halstead's work skills class will be selling delicious and nutritious snacks next Tuesday and Wednesday during Focus in the Commons area.
As a part of their tie-in to the Harvest of the Month program, sponsored by the Jackson in Action Committee, they will be selling apples with homemade cream cheese caramel dip.
Please stop by their table to receive great apple recipes you can try at home.
And to buy some apples, don't forget.
Hey, good luck to the Tiger Cross Country runners that will be participating in the WIAA sectional meet tomorrow morning at the Skyline Golf Course.
Good luck, guys. And the swimmers going to UW-Stevens Point Varsity Invitational today.
Oh, and I almost forgot, we have a Caught in the Act.
Miss Osborne and Miss Shaw caught Carter in the act upside down when he flipped the orientation on their new LCD projectors after they were recently installed but not oriented correctly.
He literally hung upside down to read the upside down screen and found a way to flip the screen so the rest of the class didn't need to hang upside down to read it.
Thanks for sharing your tech skills with them, Carter. You saved the day.
Stop down to the office and pick up a treat from Mrs. Casper.
One last thing. We have 3 birthdays happening over the next 3 days.
Madison Eberhardt, Letty Lopez, and Miguel Custodio. Happy birthday, guys.
And for the rest of you, have a great Friday, Tigers.
Bye.
Cannonball, North Dakota is where Energy Transfer Partners, an oil company, is working on the Dakota Access Pipeline, often called DAPL. People from all over North America are coming together to rally against the 1,172 miles of pipeline that will run through thousands of people's beloved land. The Dakota Access Pipeline isn't just impacting people in North Dakota, but here in Black River Falls as well.
In Standing Rock Sioux Reservation over in Cannonball, North Dakota, there is presently an occupancy of 7,000 supporters who deem themselves, appropriately so, as water protectors. However, the media has deemed them as water protesters. They are standing in unity against the expansion of oil pipelines running through specifically North Dakota, but ultimately through America, and the concern is for environmental protection of our water and our resources.
I feel like the biggest issue about the pipeline itself is that environmentally it could cause a lot of problems, and if it ever were to leak, there's a large list of things that could happen with the pipeline that could go wrong.
Well, first of all, I don't think it's right what they're doing. I also think it not only affects the people on the reservation, but the river that runs through there. It will affect other people other than just the people on the reservation. It's not good for the environment or the water. I don't think anybody would want to drink oil.
Stormy Brown traveled to Standing Rock Sioux Reservation in September of 2016.
It was a really welcoming environment, and just in general the people were really nice there. There was a lot of cool things, but the thing that I really liked the most was all the horses that were there. They were painted too, they painted the horses in their war paint. You weren't allowed to take any pictures or videos because the bones of the Lakota people and everything were showing from where they bulldozed it, and it was just kind of sad seeing, and really heartbreaking seeing just all the people there. There was a bunch of families on the road crying, and it makes you look at the situation a lot differently, seeing just all the pain and heartache that goes into it that a lot of the media doesn't cover.